In terms of forward rate, all that we have seen till now is something like this. A, how it can be given, the presentation or the way it can be given to us, right? Presentation of forward rates, the normal versus the swap points or forward swap points, a different way in which these people typically give. We saw both. We also saw something about appreciation versus depreciation, and we also linked this appreciation and depreciation with something called as forward premium versus forward discount, and both under direct quote and indirect quote. This is the idea, and we started kind of solving questions based on all these ideas. We'll continue our discussion precisely on these areas and then move on. That is what we'll be doing right now, and let us just straight away look at the subsequent stuff. In fact, the next idea that we are going to see is again part of estimation of your forward rates, like evaluation of forward rates. We saw some time back. That is what we started. Okay, here premium by discount path, appreciation over is interest rate parity and IRPT and triple PT. You complete that, then this evaluation bar estimation of theoretical forward rates will be over. So moment your theoretical forward rate computation is over, then we can straight away start applying your numbers. Whatever question that we have to solve, we'll straight away knock it off. For example, the next idea would be something called as interest rate parity theory. So what exactly is interest rate parity theory all about this? It's a very famous and highly valid set of ideas. So let's quickly look at what exactly is this interest rate parity theory. This is also a tool to estimate possible future spot rates or also what? Theoretical forward rates. Ultimately, theoretical forward rate is nothing but what could be potentially the future spot rate in your judgment. And that is what we consider then to be in a more appropriate or ideal exchange rate for theoretical forward. So now we are going to do even here. So look at this understanding only from this particular perspective. Seriya guys? Now, look at this particular portion very carefully. And in fact, this IRPT and triple PT are often considered to be very relevant tool and very critical ideas for testing and evaluating people. When they actually take in people for employment and all, we'll see these ideas. In fact, our CFO was actually sharing these details. A particular man lost out on his recruitment as some DGM because like this man had no idea at all how an interest rate could affect actually your exchange rates. How inflation rates are actually having some amount of impact on your exchange rates. He was not able to explain. DGM level interview. He was not selected precisely because of that, because this company had huge amount of imports and lots and lots of exports also, and they were actually looking at some person who could understand all these ideas. Somebody who could come out with a proper forex policy for that particular company. Forex accounting, forex management, other kind of policy create. This man was suffering from all even basic ideas, total ignorance, total blissful. Like that way he was like not selected at all. To that extent, people sometimes could actually look out. Until then, I never realized that these ideas could actually be such an important one. And pretty recently, we did a small little work for some private equity presentation, and that man is a marketing head. That man was like very clear. I had estimated something based on inflation rate parity and normalizing over a period of time and estimating what could be the exchange rate. A marketing professional who had absolutely no idea about anything about accounting was able to make clear-cut judgment and was able to appreciate, and he was actually cross-questioning me, and he was even pointing out a small little error that I had made in the estimation. You actually interact, then you will realize that how these could actually make huge amount of difference. But keep it in mind. So we are touching upon very relevant and highly conceptual ideas. Simple one, conceptual. I don't think that we are going to learn some massive ideas and all, but very critical. And that is what is the beauty of these ideas are all about. Let's look at this idea. What exactly is IRPT or interest rate parity? Now, right now, interest rates are pretty much opened up for multiple types of deposits. Follow this point. You generally notice that a stronger economy typically results in a stronger currency. It's a rule. Your economy is stronger, your currency will be stronger, which basically implies it will appreciate. So yeah, a weaker economy, You'll have a weaker currency. And therefore it will what here? It will depreciate. These are simple rule. Nobody can contest that. I'm just giving you like two sets of economy. Just tell me which could be a stronger and which could be a weaker one. A stronger mattum illa, we are also looking at a stable economy. Because like if you are not strong enough, you cannot be stable enough. And if your economy is not stable at all, then you cannot call that as a what? Strong at all. So let's just imagine, no? You look at something like USD derived out of your American economy or GBP, so-called UK economy. When Euro, it all primarily depends only on the only country with economy, Germany. Others do not have anything at all. Only people the only country which has all these ideas. And you will find that these entire people are happy with what? 2% return or 0.5% return, etc. etc. You remember? In fact, one of the classroom interaction I was also highlighting that Eurozone brought down rates at a record level to minus 0.15%. Remember that? You managed to explore that idea? Minus 0.15%. Bank la free safety cost. Okay. Bank la vacha kaas karno. People started having such a low interest rate because their economy is so very stable. When they don't grow at 1% or 1.5%, nobody complains. India does not grow at 6%. We say that Indian economy is in doldrums, etc., etc. But in real rate, don't think that people are estimating in nominal rates and all. But point is that a stronger economy will always have a stable currency. When your currency is very stable, it will always be having a higher value. It is bound to appreciate over a period of time. If the currency is weaker, it is not bound to happen that way. So it's something you need to appreciate thoroughly. In the particular point, and I will notice one common thread happening around all these countries. Any deposits made in those currencies or any loans in those currencies from the respective country or whatever, you will find that carries a very low interest rate. Very low interest rate. So to that extent that when this entire ECB guidelines were pretty recently updated, sometime in 2011 May, if I am right, or 11 January, whole external commercial borrowing guidelines were updated. The Indian government imposed an upper limit of LIBOR plus 275 basis points. 275 basis points is 2.75%. What's your average LIBOR rate? 0.4%, 0.35%. 0.35 plus 2.275 is maximum. So 3.10% you are not supposed to pay at all. And 3% if you are ready to pay, those countries would be celebrating. They will build a temple for you. To that extent, people are so very kicked up about that much high amount of returns. Why are they offering so much amount of returns? I mean, they are happy with so much amount of returns. Currency is very strong. And just imagine in India, some banker is offering you 6%. Will you be happy? Why should I settle for something like 2-3%? So what exactly is this theory all about? The theory states that if, I'm just giving a small example, if spot rate say per euro is rupees 85, that is today, this is your deal. We have a sum of, let's say, for 85 lakhs, standard deal for investment. We have two choices. Say invest in euro deposits carrying interest at say 0.50% per annum for 1 year, or alternatively invest in INR deposits carrying interest at approximately 6% per annum for 1 year. This is our choice. Right? Now, today, forget interest rates. Today, do you have any specific preference between investing 85 lakhs, ignoring interest for a moment? Do you have any specific preference for investing 85 lakhs versus investing 1 lakh euros? Technically, both are 1. Today is as on date. What do we say here? As at T0. What do we say? INR 85 lakhs is equivalent to what? Euro 1 lakh. I think we are relatively clear about that. As on date, this one matches to the dot. Now add interest for 1 year. Add interest for 1 year. How much here? INR 85 lakhs will be adding how much amount here? 6% would basically implies 17 into 3, 5 lakh 10,000. So INR 5 lakh 10,000, which implies what's your maturity as at T1? INR 90 lakh 10,000. What would be the interest here? 500. So what's your expected value? 1 lakh 500. So what do we say is that why would somebody prefer, or why, at what potential future exchange rate between euro and INR will an investor be indifferent? As on date, if the exchange rate is like 85 rupees, we are indifferent between looking at 85 lakhs in rupee terms or looking at 1 lakh euros in euro terms. And after looking at all your interest, 1 year later, you are looking at what? 85 lakhs can actually become 90 lakh 10,000 and 1 lakh euro can become 1 lakh 500 euros. And we say that an investor is still indifferent, not just at time zero, even after 1 year, he is bound to be indifferent at some exchange rates. What is that exchange rate all about here? Yes? Both sides by 90 lakh 10,000. Or sorry, 10,500, more properly. 1 lakh 5. What is that we are going to get? Euro 1 would be equivalent to, that is all here, 89.6517. This is what is this here? The indifference point or indifference rate. And we say that, boss, theoretically this will hold good. When we say this, we are effectively saying that people are indifferent between investing 85 lakhs in rupee terms today versus investing 1 lakh euros at 0.50% today. They are indifferent on the assumption that this interest rate differential will be offset by an exchange rate differences. And 1 year later, we are hoping and estimating that the interest rate or the exchange rate will be such that these are straight away knocked off, and 1 year later, we are still indifferent between the maturity proceeds that you are going to get under what? Both these ideas. Concept clear?